Welcome back to the Good Green Home Show with Rich and Shawna. This is the part where we talk about tips for your pets. And now that it's hot.
It is hot.
And it's summertime.
The pets are getting hot too.
Yep. And it's not just people that need water.
It's true. And I think that the number one thing that's been in the news so much is people leave their pets in the car. Really? Why are you doing this? This can be death for your pets.
Especially with the windows rolled up all the way.
Yes. And even if you crack them, you need to leave. If you aren't going to be with your pet when you're in a lot of heat, you should be leaving them at home, I think.
Right. And if you absolutely have to have them for some reason, make sure the windows are cracked. We know that there are times when there has to be taking them out in public, but please keep it to a minimum and please don't leave them in the car unless you absolutely have to. And if you do, the window has to be cracked. It's very important for their safety and their health.
Absolutely. Now, a few other tips. We need to keep our pets hydrated.
Yes.
And both cats and dogs, they need to have fresh water all the time. And I know it seems obvious, but it doesn't always happen.
Well, sometimes you go out to the dog park. The dog still needs exercise in the summer heat. What we recommend is bringing a bottle of water with you.
Good idea.
Some of these dog parks actually have watering stations or little water fountains for the dogs, and that's a great thing to have just in case you want to bring your own. Here is a portable water dispenser for dogs, and it's also a feed dispenser. You can do either one. You can actually put dog treats in here, or you could put water. Obviously, if you're going to the park, you don't need this many treats, okay? Have a couple treats in your pocket.
So put some water in there.
And use this for water. Bring a separate bottle of water so you can fill this. It's a great idea. Minimize the amount of time that you have them exercising. Give them breaks. You don't want to run your dog all over the place for 2 hours when it's 90 degrees. You want to take breaks in the middle of the day. Sometimes you can go to a beach or a public place that has a body of water.
A water park.
A water park.
That's a little different. They love to swim. Not so much with the cats.
No, the cats do not like to swim. That's pretty much a scientific fact.
But the dogs are into it. And you have a couple things. I love this. These are floating water balls, correct?
So this is Chuck It. You can actually toss this thing out into the water.
If you're
at the lake or at the beach or somewhere at a pond. This ball actually floats, so you don't lose it. And playing in the water keeps the dog cool. They love it. You're going to have a good time playing in the water. Here's a recycled Chuck It rubber ball. This will also float. So this is a great tip if you're going to take your dog somewhere where there's a body of water. You want to be able to let them play and interact with the water to cool down.
I think that pets. I used to have a pug, Harry. Harry had issues.
I was going to ask you what your pug's name.
Harry,
I was thinking late at night. What's Shawna's pug's name?
Right? It's Harrington Coronado the 8th.
Harrington Coronado the 8th.
But the thing is that his face was very flat. And because of that flatness, he was sensitive with pulmonary problems already. And so taking him outdoors on a 90 to 100 degree day, it made it really hard for him to breathe. So I think that's one of the symptoms that you're looking for. If you see a pet that's having some heat exhaustion, they're going to have some troubles breathing.
So you're looking symptoms to identify whether or not they are having some hydration issues or overheating.
So we have breathing problems.
Heavy panting.
Heavy panting would be really a strong one. But also if they seem weak and not like themselves, that's a sure sign that something's wrong. That red flag should be going up and you should get them someplace cool right away. Now we always let our pug love to eat ice cubes. But you don't want to cover them in something too icy if they're showing signs of heat exhaustion because it's going to make their symptoms worse. So just keep them into a cool area. Shade. Good old-fashioned shade. Trying to keep them in the, inside. I don't want to say interior to the house, but not a tent, but
well, you want to have a shade.
Cover.
You want to have a shade area available. Say you have a fenced-in backyard. You want to have either a dog house or a big shade tree or a raised deck, somewhere where the dog can go and get some shade if he's hanging out outside. You definitely want to make sure that that's available, or you can't leave him out for that long.
Well, there you have it. Be sure to keep your dog cool and your cat cool in the summer.
You want your dog to be as cool as the other side of the pillow, folks. The Good Green Home Show will be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Gossip Home and Nursery. Think outside the box store.